What it do, what it do? Roll Rolls, and we back again just for you. Hey, it is Sunday, and last night, our Dallas Cowboys had a preseason number 2 game against the Las Vegas Raiders, and it again was starting to look like it was going to be a field goal fest out the jump till, I don't know, middle of the second, really closer to halftime probably. But after half, we came out, we started looking a little better. We ended up getting a pick six. Kenan Hall, number 43, good job. You could tell that he was amped and ready to play when he missed or whiffed on that tackle. He threw his shoulder into him instead of trying to wrap the running back up. You could tell he was upset. So when he came back and got that interception, definitely made up for that. He definitely made up for that. Did a great job. Deuce Vaughn, he looked pretty good last night for the little bit that we got to see him. Trey Lance had a really good game, I would say. I would say he had a much better game than the week prior where he couldn't get in the end zone at all. He got one passing TD and one rushing TD last night, so he did look good. Other than that, we didn't have any turnovers other than turnovers on downs, which are nice. But it started off slow for sure. One thing I will say, though, is because of the fact that the Raiders were playing their starting defense for the majority of the first half, if not the whole first half, I give Trey Lance kudos on that. He looked decent. Cropper, he looks good in training camp, and he's been doing good. Got to have better ball control, though, young man. You got to have better ball control. Flowery, he looked really good last night. Stevens-Jones, however it goes, 81. He looked really good last night for the few catches that we saw of him. Deuce Vaughn, he had some decent pop. Malik Davis had a couple decent runs. But overall, it was a pretty good game, especially since Trey Lance was playing against their number 1 defense for the first half and was still able to move the ball the way he was. Receivers were still getting open and showing that they can beat the Raiders' starting defense. Now, we could still take that with a grain of salt for the simple fact that we don't know how good the Raiders are even going to be this year. They could be a really good team this year, or they could be what they've been the last couple of years, which are a very struggling team. I know they're trying to figure out who's going to be their starting quarterback this year. But that's not really our problem or our worry. So I'm not going to concern myself with it. Yes, Bebe, my son over here, he's trying to get himself up in this video. Come here, Bebe. I'll let you sit over here in the passenger seat for a minute. Ooh, you okay? You bump your head. All right, get over here in the passenger seat, Bebe. All right, so now that he's happy, we can continue. But, yeah, I was actually fairly impressed with the game last night that Trey Lance had. Much better than week 1. And I'm glad that he's not just trying to run it to make plays. I'm glad that he has been throwing the ball, and he looks good throwing the ball on the run when he scrambles out of the pocket. There was one throw, I thought it wasn't going to be nothing. I think that was one of the ones to Jones Stevens. It may have been Schoonmaker, though, because it was a tight end that he threw it to at this time, and made what looked like it was going to be a ball that was either going to get thrown away or he was going to get sacked. And turned it into a play for a first down. I will also say that he did not take any sacks last night. That was good. I know on my live stream, I had a little bit of struggle in the first half because for some reason the game just was not wanting to come on. I stream the games on the internet. Everybody knows this. But the website and stuff that I use to stream the games, I watched 3 or 4 other games throughout the day before the Cowboys game, just, bouncing back and forth. Once the Cowboys game came on, I was trying to get the link up, and it was not working for me. I was trying on multiple locations with multiple internet sources, and it was just not happening for me. So I didn't even get the game up till there was like 12, 13 minutes left in the second quarter. So I missed the entire first quarter. I missed some of the big runs by Malik Davis and some of the other things that happened in the first quarter. I missed some of those. But besides that, I am happy we got the W, 27 to 12 against the Raiders. But I just come away with it saying that I don't have any bad takeaways for Trey Lance during that game. Maybe missed a couple of throws, but it wasn't like week one. It wasn't obvious. I'd have to actually go back and rewatch to try to find where these throws would be. But I was actually fairly impressed with the way that they played the game. And Trey Lance looked last night. He's making for a case now for that backup position. Will he get it though? That's still to be determined. We'll see how he plays against, I don't know who it is off the top of my head. I'll go inside and look it up. But we'll see how he plays in this third preseason game and see how the momentum carries over from this previous game for him. If it can carry over from this previous game and he just keeps building the momentum, I mean, who knows? He may take that backup position. The hard thing I see with Trey Lance on this is for Trey Lance to take up that backup position. He's almost got to have a phenomenal game because we know what we have in Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush came in and won 5 games out of 6 for us in the absence of Dak Prescott. So we know what we have with Cooper Rush. Now, granted, that was with a completely different team. He had some solid running backs at the time that were in the lineup for him. We're kind of a little bit of a running back by committee. The offensive line was way more shored up than it has been in the past couple years here. But I think we're getting the offensive line figured out because I will say Cooper Beebe looked really good. Last night, there was one play that I think, I don't know if the taunting call after the touchdown was him, because I keep getting 56 and 65 confused when I'm watching the games. For some reason, it's hard, because I feel like there's multiples of some numbers, and I don't know if 65 has multiples of that number, or if he's 56, and it throws me off a little bit. But if that was him, I was a little disappointed in him if that taunting call was on Cooper Beebe, because we expect better. This is a professional game. We have to act like we have been there before. We can't just taunt people because we get in the end zone. It's not who we are. We need to be professional, conduct ourselves professionally, and with a moral that's set at a high standard. If we want to be them dudes as the Dallas Cowboys, we need to show them that we are those dudes. So that means holding ourselves accountable as a team, playing together as a team, but knowing your individual role in each route and set so that the team can succeed, because every piece of the offense and the defense need to do their part so that the team can actually win and succeed. But yeah, I mean, again, I was really impressed last night with Trey Lance. I was a little tired because I had to stay up all night. I tried to take a little short midday nap, but I got 3 children. They run me wild, and I had to watch them, so it was hard to try to get a mini nap in so that I could stay up for the whole game, because that was a late one. Man, I hope they don't throw any ringers like that at us during the season, where we out on the East Coast are over here waiting until 10 o'clock to watch a game, especially whether it be on Sunday or Monday or Thursday night, just because those are working nights. men like myself, blue-collar boys, we got to go to work the next day. So you have me up till 10 o'clock at the start of a game, and I'm not getting out the game till 1:30, 2 o'clock. That's rough. I get up early and go to work. I'm up at 6, so out the door, drop a kid off at school at 7, and then I'm out to work. But yeah, it was a nice game last night. It was definitely decent. I enjoyed it. Started off a little slow. I'd like to see us start off a little faster, get a little higher pace going, but, you know, this is the preseason, and some of these... Why are you throwing glasses at me? Don't throw my sunglasses, baby. My son throwing my sunglasses. Telling me I need to put some shades on, I guess. I must have some haters out there. I must have some haters. My son's telling me I have some haters. I need to put my shades on. So, he threw them at me. I'll put them on. It is what it is. But I'm going to probably wrap this video up here. Just again, I'd like to say that, Trey Lance, I was very impressed with you. I would like to see you start the game off a little faster. I do understand that you didn't come in until a little bit later in the first quarter because Cooper Rush did get, you know, some playing time. I was almost under the impression that Cooper Rush wasn't going to get any playing time this week, because we know what we have in Cooper Rush. What, baby? I'm trying to make a video. You're making noises. I'll put you up in the truck like you wanted. You want to get down? Come on. Ugh, there you go. All right, now you're out the truck. But we will definitely get to see this upcoming week, the final preseason game. It should be at home at AT&T Stadium. I believe the Cowboys are leaving Oxnard sometime this week, or they did leave Oxnard already. I'm not sure on that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be sometime either in the next couple days here. But so they'll get back to Dallas, Fort Worth, and finish up the preseason there along with the rest of training camp. Hopefully we can get our star player signed before the season starts. I would like to get him in, whether he's working out at home, whether he's getting fed information of the plays by the coaches or not. I would like to get him in and actually get him some work and some practice with some of the newer players so he can get a better feel. I understand that he's going to know the system. He's going to know this. He is who he is, and he's going to show up and do his job. I have a whole ton of faith that CeeDee Lamb can do that. I have no doubt in my mind in that. It's the chemistry aspect of the team building that you miss out on with having these holdouts. I understand. I'm not telling him that he shouldn't hold out. Yes, Mama's home. I'm not saying that he should hold out, but I do know that the chemistry is a little more lackluster than it is if he were to be there. And the only other concern would be is that a lot of times when these holdouts happen, these players, they come back and they end up with some type of small tissue. I don't even really want to finish it because I understand the power of the tongue. What I put out, I will receive. I'm not trying to manifest any type of bad things on my players like that. But I just hope that they get them into the camp before the preseason ends or before training camp ends so that chemistry can start to build before the season starts. But I'd say that today that's going to be about all. That's my outlook on the game last night and my opinions on how I feel. Let me know down in the comments whether you agree or disagree or your thoughts. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll get back at you with another one. Peace and love. Roll Rolls. We out.